So today on Twitter, there's been an ongoing fight between geeks and gamers and CG about okay, here I'm gonna just show that. So this is Nerdrotics here. This is his wife down here. This is his moderator or something. I forget what she does, but she does something on his shows. And then this is what I thought was the Rippaverse PR lady, but I don't know what she's doing now. I know she's just fooling around or messing around with their stuff or whatever. So, the Rippaverse person, they posted this today. I don't agree with this. Like, I don't think that he should be posting the wife on here. I just don't think that was a very good idea to do that. But the point that I'd like to make is this is actually pretty mild to the stuff that I've seen from both sides. I mean, I don't like how these people are like coming out going, "Oh, I've got the moral high ground on you, and I'm gonna do this to you, and all this." We got Cecil commenting, and this guy over here's crying, and blah blah blah. And it's just these people in both of these communities have just been total garbage. I found. I mean, I can go back years. I'll start off with geeks and gamers. Why I don't like those people no more. I think I came into their community or so right around. It was when that Zack Snyder thing happened. It was like right slightly before that, and then I saw that god awful interview where they actually had Zack Snyder on there, and then Zack Snyder just sat there and shit on them and told them that what was it something about they were killing Asians or some stupid thing. It was something with Asians. And he was basically just equating to them to being racist or whatever. And they all just sat there with their heads down and took it. Like, after that, I was like, wow. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the fucking president. If somebody was to say to me the things that Zack Snyder said on that stream to them like that, I would not have taken that shit. And I still don't understand why they took that to this day. Like why I don't know, man. And then that guy Uche or something, that football player guy that died from COVID or whatever. He was the one that orchestrated that mess. And then afterwards, everybody was fighting with him in the chat, and it got pretty bad. Like I something happened in the chat where I think he called him the N word or something. I can't remember what happened. Something happened in that chat where it got really nasty, man. I mean, that Uche guy was really just having at it and pissed off. And then Eric July came in there and was trying to argue with him. And then EVS started up a mess. And then the Geeks and Gamer guy was trying to get on there, from what I remember. And they were arguing, and it was just shit. It was just really bad. After that, I kind of lost interest. I think the last Geeks and Gamers anything that I actually watched was the first time when they went to Las Vegas. And the thing that stood out to me about that thing when they went to Las Vegas the first time is okay, it's one thing to ask for super chats, okay, but it was like every 2 minutes it was just, hey, we're paying for this. Hey, we're paying for this. Well, give us some super chats. Hey, we're paying for this. I paid for this out of my pocket. How about some super chats? How about some super chats? We paid for it's like okay, I get it. You paid for this. I mean, that shit just I was already turned off from what happened with the stuff with Snyder and all that, and then I saw this, and I was like, okay, you know what? At least this is not for me. I mean, the only thing that positive that I can say about the Las Vegas thing is Jesse Milestone was trying to get in there. She got in a fight with his wife or something. I don't remember. It was just that was funny. I'll give him that. But after that, I was done with that community. So then I go over to CG. Oof, what a mistake that was. God damn. So I go over there, and here's this guy, we're fighting a war, and we're doing all this stuff, and blah, blah, and we need to beat the fatties and win this thing. And then I see that nice Jay Lee cover he did with the Rick Planet, and I'm like, well, that doesn't look half bad. Like I like Jim Lee and like Jay Lee, they're pretty good. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll give this a try. So, boy, I've never waited for something so long in my life, man. I just, I will never do that again. I don't care who's, if Todd McFarlane is my favorite artist of all time, if Todd McFarlane tried to make me wait for 3 years for a comic, I wouldn't buy that either. I don't care anybody that makes me wait 3 years for a comic, and then it's not going to happen. I learned my lesson with that the hard way. And then to have Ethan, the head guy, go insult me just for being in a Discord that I had nothing to do with, or this fight or whatever, and then double down again and say it again. 2 times to be insulted as a customer. One enough was it for me, but 2 times, that just, you wanted to double down on it? Well, fine, I'll double down on not buying. You know what I did? I took my $150 and I went and gave that to Denali. Yeah. So I didn't buy your Snowman book, your, what was it, Rainbow, whatever, Rainbow He-Man or whatever the fuck that was. There was a lot of stuff I was going to buy. Nope. So kiss that money goodbye. That was that. And then, gosh, where do I begin with CG? I mean, what do you call it? Dude, Geeks and Gamers, that whole community is bad. But I mean, put it this way: if I had a gun to my head and I was forced to choose, I mean, that would be a tough decision. At least, I'll give Geeks and Gamers points for not having child enthusiasts in their thing. They're just doing a different grift over there is all, and they just hate everything before it even comes out. That was the other thing with Geeks and Gamers I didn't like, is they just hate fucking everything, man. I mean, yeah, most of everything is garbage, but when something good, like for instance, this Fallout that just came out, I saw the first one. It wasn't bad, but to hate the show before it even comes out and going, this is woke, and it's showing the, what is it, the little arrow going down, going fail and woke stuff and all. I mean, it was just it's just hate filled. That's basically what they're doing. They're just living off of the haters that hate everything. I mean, yeah, that's their bread and butter, I guess, but I don't hate everything. I hate when something is shitty after I watched it. I don't hate it ahead of time. I mean, I probably should with Star Wars, because most everything Star Wars is fucking garbage. So, but anyways, back to CG, why I stopped with their shit. So I got insulted, all of that crap, and then the next thing I see here is what happened with Vic and all that, and boy, that was a real blow. And then all of their reactions to that was, oh, we're not gonna hire a person to do background checks and all this. So I get it. You're not an LLC. You're a bunch of hot dog vendors, that just have the same name. So neither of these communities will ever get $1 from me again. And while I disagree with doing this stuff, like you shouldn't be attacking the wives and all that, but I can't really say that this shouldn't happen when CG's been doing that. I mean, I don't like John Del Rose, and I met him. He's a total piece of shit. But they were plotting against him and everything. I've seen those screenshots and everything where Ethan's like, "Oh, we're going to send war campaign to harass him and all." I mean, why would you do that? Why, as a grown man, would you be concerned about that? Why can't any of these people stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and get their shit done and get it to the fucking customers? That's what people want. They don't care about what Patrick Thomas said or what Eric July is doing. All of this drama farming bullshit. So I really don't know what else to say here, but when I see that post today, or I saw this today about, I did think this was fucked up to do this, but at the same time, I'm just thinking, well, they're doing stuff too. That's what I mean. It's never just it takes two to tango, and it's just always these two communities fighting and trying to take your money. I mean, at least on the Geeks and Gamers side, they're not really trying to sell you comics except for the Ripper crap, I guess, but they're just doing the same thing basically. They're all just, how do we get money out of you and not have to do anything and all this. And so anyways, I want to show that thing I made here. This is a pretty good, decent comparison. So these are the two communities here. This is pretty spot on. I mean, and Melanie Mack, like I think it's funny that she screams that because I'm tired of the gay shit and all that crap. But I mean, to be affiliated with them and be screaming that all the time, it's not necessarily a good thing. I mean, while I may agree with it because she's harassing the gays or whatever, but if you're gonna be like doing that like in the workplace or be affiliated with these people and all this, it's like, hey, can I'm gonna place my order. Well, here's your order, F Stain. Okay, thank you, I guess. I don't know. But this is why I mean, say what you. I'll bring it up again. Say what you want to say about the e-thoughts and all that. Those bitches are just having a good time, man, and they're pulling in serious money. Like when I look at Ethan and Gary and all these guys talking about, oh, we're making $500,000 and all this stuff, and I look over here and she's redhead sitting here pulling in $57 million. Okay, that's serious money, not this chicken feed that these two communities are fighting over. I just don't understand these people, man. I really don't. So, I guess that's that. I don't think it's cool to harass Gary's wife or whatever, but it goes both ways. This is the problem with these communities. You have large amounts of grown men who spend all their time acting like they're in high school. It's like the guy on Napoleon Dynamite that sits on the porch going, I could have been somebody or whatever, like I could have gone the whole way and whatever, and he's just sitting there on the couch with the just sitting there with the football and he's filming himself throwing the ball in the field or whatever. Anyways, I wouldn't give either of these communities a penny. I think they're both shit. They're full of shit people. Sometimes something funny will happen. I'll give them that. But from what I've seen over the years from both of these communities, it's just, and these two comparisons, they really say it all, man. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.